Welcome, everyone, to the NoDQ.com live recap of Friday Night Smackdown for July 25th, 2025. Shout out to everybody watching this, whether it's live or on demand. We have WWE SummerSlam coming up in just over a week. New Jersey at MetLife Stadium, 2 nights. We know the matches now for both nights of SummerSlam. Check that out at NoDQ.com if you missed it. Now, we opened up SmackDown in Cleveland, Ohio, with a tribute to the late Hulk Hogan. We had many of the WWE roster members on the stage. Triple H was there in the center with Cody Rhodes. Some legends were present. Jimmy Hart was there. Jimmy Hart, as you might expect, was very emotional. Gerald Briscoe was there. Sergeant Slaughter, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Triple H did a speech and said that they would not be standing there if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan. They did a 10-bell salute, which did not have any bad interruptions or people making comments in the crowd. It was very respectful. They did the 10-bell salute. And then there was a video package narrated by Triple H, which recapped Hulk Hogan's moments throughout his career. I thought it was a very well done segment, and the whole tribute was classy. Shout out to WWE for that. It was well done. It went about as well as you would expect it to be from WWE's production values. The crowd didn't interfere with it. They were respectful. It was classy. And then Joe Tessitore spoke about Hogan and put over his accomplishments. Everything was worded well, I thought. I was looking through the roster members to see if anybody was smirking or maybe acting a certain way, maybe not feeling the segment. But my guess is Triple H probably said before the show started, anybody that doesn't want to be out there doesn't have to be. And I did notice some absent people. CM Punk was not there, but then again, he's on Monday Night Raw. You wouldn't expect the Raw people to be there, even though people come and go as they please and appear on both shows. It was a nice opening to the show. And throughout the broadcast, we saw some clips. WrestleMania 3 was shown. Hogan slamming Andrade, of course. Hogan winning the title from the Iron Sheik. Our first regular segment of the show, we had Logan Paul come into the ring for a special implosive episode. Or impulsive, excuse me. Now, there were fans chanting, "Thank you, Hogan," for the tribute, and Logan Paul, being from Cleveland, said that they were chanting, "Thank you, Logan." He brought up how the city raised him, but did not make him. He said he made the city, and then he was interrupted by Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll said that Logan never had a struggle in his life. He called him a silver spoon kid. Jelly Roll said he is going to do something that will show respect to every poor kid out there that got picked on by a high school jock like Logan Paul. He's going to beat up Logan at SummerSlam. He called him a punk-ass bitch. Drew McIntyre got in the ring, and Logan made it clear, or not Logan, Jelly Roll made it clear he wasn't alone. He started singing Randy Orton's theme song, and sure enough, Randy Orton came out there. We had a brawl with all four men. Jelly Roll was able to avoid the brass knuckle shot, and he did the boss man slam to Logan Paul and got the best of Logan on this night. I thought the segment was solid. Jelly Roll did fine on the microphone. He was good, no issues really. And the little he did with Logan looked fine. I think the match will be entertaining. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but like I've been saying, I get why they're doing it. And the match should be fun to watch. I think it will ultimately deliver. We had a video package for Andrade and Fenix. Their match with the Wyatt Six for the tag team titles was advertised as the main event. And then we had our first match of the evening, Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez. Roxanne had new theme music. It was all right. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but certainly nothing to write home about. Alexa went for several pin attempts. And then Raquel tried to interfere. Charlotte Flair got in Raquel's face. And then with the referee distracted, Raquel took a cheap shot at Alexa. And then Charlotte attacked Raquel on the outside of the ring. Roxanne was distracted. Alexa took advantage, but then Raquel fought back and took out Charlotte with a big boot. And she went to powerbomb Charlotte on the floor. But Alexa, who was on the top rope, she jumped off the top rope onto Raquel, and that allowed Roxanne to take advantage. She rolled up Alexa, grabbed the rope, and got the 1-2-3 victory. At some point, Alexa was busted up. Her nose was bleeding. Not sure what happened there. It was a standard match, the usual distractions. I will say it was better than the usual stupid babyface because Alexa at least had a choice to make. She could have tried to finish off Roxanne, but she made the call to help out Charlotte and save her from being powerbombed on the floor. It ultimately costed her, but she tried to help her friend. I thought this was better than the usual stupid babyface type of segment. We had Chelsea Green backstage making fun of Jade Cargill behind her back, and of course Jade was right there. Jade attacked Chelsea, carried her out to the ringside area, got her in the ring, and we had an impromptu match, although they were in their gear, so maybe it was already announced. I don't know. Jade wiped her out with the pump kick and continued her dominance after the commercial break. But then the Secret Hervis provided a distraction, and Jade was on the verge of getting hit with the Unpretty Her, but she countered that, and she hit Jaded, got the 1-2-3 victory. She was attacked after the match was over. Women's champion Tiffany Stratton ran down and made the save. She had the title with her for whatever reason, I guess so they could do this angle, because Jade picked up the title and put it around her shoulder, and then Tiffany wanted it back. Jade handed it over, but held on to it a little bit. We had a brief little tug of war, but then Jade let go, and Tiffany was able to regain possession of the championship. I thought it was another standard segment to build up the pay-per-view. It was fine. Backstage, Charlotte and Alexa had a talk. Alexa was there with a towel all bloodied up, and Charlotte said what happened on SmackDown could not happen at SummerSlam if they want to become the tag team champions. We had Cody Rhodes come into the ring for a promo about John Cena. He said that Well, first of all, he talked about Hulk Hogan. He brought up how there's complicated feelings and emotions about Hogan, but Hogan's accomplishments and contributions were staggering and indisputable. And he said that Hogan was the original WWE superstar, and he thanked Hulk Hogan, gave him his props. Well done there by Cody. And then Cody said, we're not talking about virtue in regards to the street fight. We're talking about violence. And he said he doesn't want to fight the current John Cena. He wants to fight the real John Cena. He wants the old Stone Cold. And it just reminded me of that promo. He said he wants Cena to come out with the title on the right side. He wants Cena to run to the ring. He wants hustle, loyalty, and respect. And the crowd was singing the Cody song. And he needs to know that the legacy meant something. It was a basic promo, filler. Next week, John Cena will be there. This week, he wasn't there. It was a little bit of a filler promo, but they're continuing to tease the idea that Cena will be turning relatively soon. We'll see if that happens or not. Backstage, Jacob Fatu cut a promo, and he was pissed off about Solo Sikoa trying to send him to jail again. He's going to dog walk his ass. Miz interrupted, who's been gone for a while, but he's back. Miz said he was put on the shelf by Fatu, which he was actually doing his golf show. And he said he went to Nick Aldis to get a match. He said that Fatu messed with the wrong guy in the wrong city. He slapped Fatu, and that was the setup for the match. More on that in just a minute. We had a Damian Priest and Aleister Black video package. Black said that R-Truth's debt has been passed over to Priest, and Priest said that he's everything that Black wants to be, and they did confirm that the match will take place next week. Remember R-Truth? Not really sure what's up with him, but hey, he's back, right? We had Fatu versus The Miz. They really tried to make The Miz feel like a threat, slapping Fatu and all that, but come on now. Miz was able to dodge the hip attack, but couldn't build momentum. Then you had Solo Sikoa and the MFTs come down. That distraction allowed Miz to get the upper hand for a while. But then Fatu made his comeback. He was on the verge of winning, but then the MFTs dragged Miz to the outside. Fatu wiped them all out with a dive. He got Miz back in the ring, hit the pop-up Samoan drop, and got the 1-2-3 victory. Pretty much exactly as you would expect it to go down. After the match was over, we had the post-match beatdown. They all attacked him. And then Jimmy ran out there with a steel chair. But then he used the chair on Tala Tonga, and Tonga no-sold it. And he wiped out Jimmy with a big boot. Fatu got back in the ring and started to fight back. He put a chair around Solo's neck, but then Tala saved Solo and choke-slammed Jacob Fatu. And then Solo hit the Samoan spike to Fatu and did some trash talking. And the crowd did the FU Solo chants, which at least the USA Network did not censor this week. Backstage, the Street Profits were interviewed. They want another opportunity at the titles. DIY interrupted and told them to step aside, and the Street Profits just laughed at them. We also had Zelina Vega confronting Julia, but then Kiana James, who is officially back from her lengthy injury, revealing that she is Julia's new representation. Zelina wanted her rematch. Kiana said she already went to Aldis And next week it will be Zelina versus Julia in a rematch for the Women's United States title. We then had Rey Fenix and Andrade versus the Wyatt Six in our main event of the show. Fenix and Andrade had the early momentum, but then Loomis knocked Fenix off the apron. Wyatt's got the upper hand for a while, but then after the commercial break, Fenix and Andrade regrouped, and then Andrade hit the message and was perhaps on the verge of winning the titles, but then Nikki Cross pulled out the referee, causing a disqualification. And after the match was over, Eric Rowan came in, and Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns ran out there trying to help out, but they were having trouble with Rowan. Fenix and Andrade jumped in the attack as well on Rowan. Then the Street Profits were out there. Then DIY and Nick Aldis were out there. The Profits hit dives to everyone. It was chaos. And Aldis finally got on the mic and said that at SummerSlam, all of the teams will be competing in a TLC match. Crowd popped big for this. Everybody kept brawling. There was a "This is awesome" chant as SmackDown went off the air. A strong ending to the show. I liked the Hulk Hogan tribute, and the ending was well done. The rest of the show I thought was kind of mediocre, filler, run-of-the-mill, nothing too exciting in my own opinion. But the TLC is a nice addition to SummerSlam. They really need it because the card is a little light. This is SummerSlam. They're doing 2 nights. They're in a stadium for both nights. And you had 6 matches for one night and 5 matches for the second night. I think that you really need to boost the card a little bit. I think the TLC is a nice addition. So overall, I give SmackDown a 5. I really do think it was very average. Filler show. Basic stuff here. The distraction finishes, DQs, so on and so forth. Nothing too noteworthy in my own opinion. Average show. SummerSlam is looking good, but to me, it's not feeling like the second biggest show of the year or even the third biggest show of the year. If it wasn't in a stadium, it would just feel like a random WWE premium live event. So I'm hoping the go-home shows will boost up the hype a little bit more for SummerSlam. Stay tuned to No DQ for coverage of SummerSlam, and we will be doing predictions for both nights. The night 1 predictions will be on Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and then the night 2 predictions will be on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That's all I got for tonight. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give this video a thumbs up on YouTube. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest. Say yes to No DQ, and I will see you all next time.